There is a specific kind of regret that tastes like ash in your mouth. It is not the regret of a mistake you made in private. It is the regret of words you spoke in public. Think back to the last time you left a gathering, or finished a phone call, or walked out of a meeting. Did you feel energized? Or did you feel drained? Did you feel powerful? Or did you feel exposed? Most of us live with a constant low-level anxiety, simply because we have opened the gates of our fortress too wide. We tell people our plans. We tell them our fears. We tell them our secrets. We tell them about our relationships. We do this because we want connection. We want to be understood. But the ancient Stoics knew a brutal truth about human nature. The more you reveal, the less power you hold. Once a word leaves your mouth, you are no longer its master. You become its slave. Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism, famously said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." But in the modern world, we have reversed this ratio. We broadcast everything, and in doing so, we dilute our mystery. We weaken our position, and we invite chaos into our lives. Today, we are going to explore the profound strategic power of silence. We are going to dismantle the habit of oversharing, and we are going to rebuild your personality around the concept of the closed citadel. By the end of this video, you will understand why the smartest person in the room is usually the quietest. Everything in the universe is energy. Your physical strength is energy. Your money is energy. And your attention is energy. But we rarely think of our words as energy. The Stoics believed that the soul has a limited reservoir of force. Every time you speak, you are spending from this reservoir. When you engage in mindless chatter, when you gossip, when you explain yourself to people who do not matter, you are leaking energy. Imagine a pot of water boiling on a stove. If you keep the lid on, the pressure builds, the heat intensifies, the water transforms into steam, power that can move an engine. But if you take the lid off, the heat escapes, the pressure dissipates. It becomes nothing but lukewarm water. Your life goals, your ambitions, your deepest desires are the water in that pot. When you talk about them constantly, you are taking the lid off. You are releasing the tension that you need to drive you forward. Seneca warned us about this dispersion. He taught that the mind that is everywhere is nowhere. When you stop telling people everything, you seal the vessel. You begin to accumulate a different kind of energy, a density of presence. People can feel this. When you walk into a room and say very little, you vibrate at a different frequency than the person who is desperately trying to fill the silence. Silence creates gravity. Noise creates lightness. If you feel exhausted at the end of the day, ask yourself, how much of my vitality did I breathe out into the air in the form of useless words? To become powerful, you must first learn to conserve your fuel now. Let us move from the metaphysical to the strategic. We live in a competitive world, whether you like it or not. Life is a negotiation. Every interaction with a boss, a client, a partner, or even a friend involves a subtle exchange of power. In the 48 laws of power, law number 4 states, always say less than necessary. Why? Because information is ammunition. When you tell someone your troubles, you think you are venting, but you are actually giving them the map to your vulnerabilities. When you tell someone your grand plans, you think you are sharing joy, but you are giving them the opportunity to sabotage you or to doubt you. Even people who love you can unconsciously hinder you. If you tell your family you want to start a risky business, they will project their own fears onto you. They will list 10 reasons why you might fail. Not because they hate you, but because they want you to be safe. But that safety is a cage. By sharing your vision too early, you allow their doubts to infect your mind. The Stoic emperor, Marcus Aurelius, carried the weight of an empire. He was surrounded by senators, generals, and potential traitors. If he had voiced every fear, every doubt, every plan, he would have been deposed in a week. He kept his own counsel. He wrote his thoughts in a private journal, the Meditations, not for the public, but for himself. You must learn to distinguish between a confidant and an audience. A confidant is rare, perhaps 1 or 2 people in a lifetime. Everyone else is the audience. And the audience does not need to know what is happening backstage. They only need to see the performance. Keep your cards close to your chest, not out of paranoia, but out of prudence. The unknown inspires respect. The known breeds contempt. There is a neurological reason why we overshare, and it is killing your success. Modern neuroscience has discovered a fascinating glitch in the human brain. When you set a goal, let's say you want to lose weight or write a book, and you go and tell everyone, "I am going to lose 20 pounds this year." People applaud. They say, "Good for you. That's amazing." In that moment, your brain releases a flood of dopamine. It gives you the chemical reward of accomplishment. Before you have done any of the work, your brain is tricked. It feels like you have already succeeded. The tension to actually do the hard work disappears. This is why talkers rarely become doers. They are addicted to the cheap dopamine of the announcement, rather than the delayed gratification of the achievement. The Stoic practices the opposite. The Stoic works in the shadows. Imagine the power of achieving a massive transformation without telling a soul. You disappear for 6 months. You work, you train, you build, and then you re-emerge. You don't announce the change. You simply are changed. The results speak so loudly that words become unnecessary. This builds a deep, unshakable self-trust. You know that you are not a fraud. You know you do not need the applause to keep going. Stop trading your future success for a hit of instant gratification today. Keep your goals secret. Let the hunger to complete them burn inside you. We are terrified of silence. Have you noticed? When there is a pause in the conversation, people panic. They scramble to fill the void with anything, weather, gossip, complaints, nonsense. We do this because silence feels like separation. We think that if we keep talking, we are connecting. But this is an illusion. Most conversation is not connection. It is mutual noise. It is 2 egos taking turns shouting, "Look at me." Epictetus taught that most people do not listen. They just wait for their turn to speak. When you overshare, when you spill your entire life story to a stranger, you are not building intimacy. You are displaying a lack of boundaries. You are signaling that you are desperate to be seen. True connection requires space. Have you ever sat with a close friend in total silence, driving in a car, or sitting by a fire? That silence is comfortable. It is heavy with meaning. That is real connection. The Stoic is comfortable in the void. By speaking less, you make your words weigh more. When the quiet person finally speaks, the whole room listens. Why? Because they know that this person does not waste words. They know that if they are speaking, it must be important. Scarcity creates value. If you want your words to be valued, make them rare. If you want to connect deeper with people, stop trying to impress them with your stories and start listening to theirs. Become a mirror. Let them talk. Let them reveal themselves. You will learn everything about them, and they will leave thinking you are the most fascinating person they have met, even though they know nothing about you. So, how do we break the habit? How do we stop telling people everything? It requires a rewiring of your impulses. Here are 3 Stoic disciplines to practice starting today. Discipline 1. The 24-hour rule. Before you share a piece of big news, good or bad, wait 24 hours. The urge to share is usually an emotional spike. If you wait, the emotion settles. Your logic returns. You might realize that you don't need to tell that person after all. You might realize it is better kept private. Discipline 2. The why filter. Before you speak, ask yourself, why am I saying this? Am I saying this to be helpful? Or am I saying this to be liked, to be admired, to fill the silence? If the answer is ego, swallow the words. Let them die in your throat. It will be uncomfortable. Good. That discomfort is your ego suffocating. Discipline 3. Embrace the mystery. When someone asks you a personal question, you do not owe them a full answer. What are you up to these days? You don't need to list your projects. You can simply say, working on a few things, keeping busy. Practice being vague. Practice being a gray rock. You will see people lean in. They will want to know more. But you will hold the line. Your mind should be a sanctuary, not a public square. In an age of total exposure, where everyone is posting, tweeting, and broadcasting every meal and every thought, privacy is the ultimate luxury. Privacy is the ultimate freedom. When you stop telling people everything, you reclaim your narrative. You reclaim your energy. You reclaim your sovereignty. You become a fortress. The world can scream outside. The winds can howl. But inside the Citadel, there is focus, there is work, there is peace. So, seal the gates. Do the work in the dark and let your results be the only noise you make. If you are ready to walk this path, subscribe to the Aurelius method. We are building a legion of minds that are steady, silent, and strong. Until next time, remain unshakable.